Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says yo.
Greetings, Koopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack podcast and what happens to be the last Nintendo Shack podcast of 2021, which is sad because this year I feel like has gone by so fast. I don't even know where time has gone. It's like it was just October and then November flew by and now here we are all the way halfway through December. But you know what? We have some last of the year Nintendo news to round off what has been, I think, a pretty awesome 2021. How are you doing, Garrett? How are you doing, Elaine?
Doing good. Yeah, I'm doing fine.
Fine. So, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
You're just writing a thesis. It's fine.
I think we're all just so glad that we survived 2021.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
When I say it's fine, it's like, cool, I'm not on fire. I'm still standing. Barely.
I'm okay. My eyes are open. My mind's a little numb, but I'm doing okay.
I feel this too. I'm feeling this too, but we're all here. We've survived.
We're gonna go into 2022 strong, I think, after surviving what was often a chaotic and very tiring 2021.
It's been a weird year, and we're gonna go into 2022. That's the only guarantee I can make. Strong. It depends on how much sleep I get while my children are off on Christmas break, but we'll see.
I still think 2017 is close, and I'm like, no, dude, it's like almost 5 years ago, and it's like, no, that's not right. That's not right at all, man. Time flies.
Yeah, it's going too
crazy.
fast. Too fast.
It is. So we will be talking a little bit about the Indie World Showcase that happened this past week, along with some other Nintendo news. Before we get into that, why don't you thank our live on-air producers, Garrett?
Yes, thank you very much. Evan Callow, Chris M., Devin Tyus, HorseGirl69,
nice.
Joe Wilson, Josh Barboni, Kyle Heyman, Nick Creature, Paul Calico, RJ Kern, Stephen Keller, Zach Adams, Chucker Sloth, Michael Taylor, Brawlin, and Jason Carter. Thank you guys for all your support.
Very, very much. Super appreciated as always. Garrett, what have you been up to this week?
Absolutely nothing. Man, oh man. It's kind of crazy when the deadline's there. You got to get stuff done, and it's just like, nah, dude, I got so much to do, and back and forth with my advisors, like, here's a chapter coming back. Okay, here's corrections. Do it again. I'm like, all right, sounds good. And it's constant back and forth with this work. Let me tell you guys, it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy.
It's not hard. Anyone can do it.
Just a PhD, no big deal.
My mind is jello right now. I did play.
You're in the final stretch, though, right?
You're so close.
You're there. You're almost there.
Almost there. Yes. Next month, everything will be done. It will be the end of it. By the end of next month, I hope to get that degree. So, crossing my fingers there. I did dabble some games. I wake up pretty early in the morning to get like at least 20 minutes of gameplay in. I've been playing Guardians of the Galaxy on Xbox, and it's been super fun.
It's good.
Yeah, it's very, very good. I'm very surprised about the characters and interactions with each of the Guardians. I love the conversation you have with the other side characters as well, and what dialogue choices you're making throughout that. The combat's serviceable. It's fine. Level design, very colorful, and I love the Guardians of the Galaxy mood. It's just so stylized, and it's outer space, and I'm really into it right now. It's definitely a feel good video game right now, and I'm really digging it. Yeah,
which you need.
So, that's definitely what I need to start the day. It really brightens my day. It's like, man, Guardians of the Galaxy is super fun. So,
well, it's good. It gives you a little burst of energy.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Kind of.
Well, hopefully after all of this is done, you'll be able to have plenty of gaming time going into 2022. Hopefully.
That's the goal. Yeah. It's kind of crazy that it's like, I'm wrapping up this thesis, but a lot of these chapters or whatever, they want to be into papers. So I have about half of them in paper form. The other half of my chapters not in paper form right now. So there is a lot of extra things I'm going to have to do after I graduate. It's like, all right, now I got to format this into a paper and send it to a journal somewhere. So, whew, guys, PhD is, hey, guys, do it. It's fun.
No,
It's
don't
so
listen
much
to him.
fun.
This is what
You're
people who have
not
kids
selling
say.
it.
People who have children do this too. Do it. It's great. Join us.
Look at me. I'm stable.
Look at me. I'm fine.
Elaine, what have you been playing? You've been playing games.
I've been playing games, actually. I finally got my mojo back. There was a Tetris 99 event a week or so ago, so I did that and got whatever. That is an annoying theme. Like, boy, the music in that is irritating.
Which one was it this time?
I think it was Mario Party, one of the Mario parties, I think. It was not my favorite. It was not my favorite. So I did that, and then Halo Infinite's campaign is out, so I've been playing through that.
Nice.
My girlfriend's youngest child is like he's 10 and he's super into playing games with me. He thinks I'm cool. I really like this kid. He's great.
Yes.
So he likes to sit, and we've been trading the controller playing Halo Infinite. So every time one of us dies, we just pass it back and forth. And that's been like a blast. He's like really enjoying it.
Nice.
He took down a couple bosses. He's pretty good at video games. So yeah, he's no joke.
How
At
old
10,
is this
that's
kid?
good.
At 10, that's
10.
good. 10.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
pretty good.
he was asking what kind of games I had because he didn't feel like playing Fortnite with the bigger kids. And I was like, well, you like Spider-Man. Why don't you play the PS4 Spider-Man game? He powered through that game in like 4 or 5 days of play sessions. Like all the DLC, he fell in love with it. So I'm going to install Miles Morales for him and watch him play that this week.
That's
super
intense.
enjoying. Like, I work here and he plays on the TV behind me and just talks to me like all day. It's the cutest thing ever. It's adorable.
I love hearing what kids think about modern games and things like that, and just kind of hearing that perspective of it, because I feel like at that age they still have that, that actual literal childlike wonder about games where they're not like us, where we're nitpicking about things that adults complain about with games. And I wish that the story was longer, or I wish that the textures were better, or I didn't like that character's arc.
He was so into it. He was like, this makes me feel like I'm really Spider-Man. And then the end of that game has a really like powerfully sad moment, right? So we're at the end of the game, and like the girlfriend's there, it's just me, her, my daughter, and then her youngest. And it's sad. Like, I cried again watching this the second time. Girlfriend's crying.
I know what part.
Yeah, and he just like sinks into the two of us and just gets really quiet and lets us snuggle him because he was sad. And he was like talking about it at dinner. He was like, that made me sad. And I was like, oh, kids are so good and pure. So
he's always going to have those memories
Learning
of playing with you
empathy right
guys.
there.
And
Yeah.
it's a total blast.
Formative moments.
And my daughter likes to watch like single player story games, so this works out well. The two older ones, the 12 and my 11-year-old, they play Fortnite, and like I can hear them screaming 2 levels down in the house. And then we're down here like, close the door and lock it. We're playing our stories in the basement.
You need like a sound barrier around.
Oh
them.
my God, those 2 kids are so loud. You would think it's a herd of elephants in that sweaty boy bedroom. I swear to God.
What are they yelling about? Are they just like mad, or
I don't understand. They're not mad. They're just excited.
It's the way kids play games.
Yeah, they're so loud.
Right.
They're so loud that like they hit octaves that adults can't hit anymore. And it's
that's true.
I'm like, I can't. And then they're talking in Fortnite language, like cranking 90s. And I'm like, I don't understand. I need a translator. So her oldest convinced me to also install Fortnite on my PC so he can teach me how to build with the keyboard. I swear to God, I'm exhausted. These kids, I'm so tired.
That's your new project, learning that.
He's like, I'll play on your account. I'll get you levels. Okay.
You gotta farm that Fortnite money.
You have a coach. He's your Fortnite coach.
I do. I have a Fortnite coach. I have a little kid who wants me to coach him through Spider-Man. It's like my daughter's. There's a lot of video games being played in this.
The very gamer.
It's been
that's
very
nice. You're kind of teaching him the games you like. He's teaching you the games he likes. That's awesome.
It's funny, Rebecca, because like it's easy for us to be cynical about games, and seeing like little kid joy over just like a new Fortnite season with Spider-Man or like a game that they've never experienced before makes me love game. Like those kids are making me love games more. So are my kids. It's like such a warm and fuzzy way to go into Christmas.
It's a
into
pure
the season.
enjoyment out of these kids, man. They
It's
don't have to worry about
rad.
anything else, like
It's-
responsibilities. They just
Right.
focus on a game and they're just happy.
It makes me feel so good to watch this. Like I'll go from the upstairs bedroom where I hear the Fortnite down to the basement where there's games being played here, games being played there. And I'm just like, this is the house I want to have. Like it's chaotic.
Exactly.
There's boy smell everywhere. There's goldfish littering every surface of my home, but it's like
Nice.
pure liquid joy. And I'm so happy. So it's great. It's been great.
Good.
Awesome. I haven't been playing a lot of games this week, but I've been spending a lot of money.
Rebecca, tell me what you bought.
That's what I want to use my time to talk about.
Talk to me about the thing that you bought.
If I things with an
Oh,
S.
honey. All right, let's hear this. Let's go.
Because I figure if I talk about it, at least I recognize that I have a problem, and I'm not going to do anything to fix it. I don't want to solve this problem, but
Rebecca, we're enablers.
Yeah, you're just gonna get me to
We'll
spend money.
encourage
Tell me what I should be buying.
I figure because next month I have to start paying back my student loans again, and so I'm kind of getting it all out of my system. I'm a little bit in denial about it, so just getting it all out of my system, all my unnecessary spending before I have to start being responsible again. I mean, it only makes sense. So that's my justification.
Okay, I like this.
So I have 3 things. I'm gonna start with the smallest purchase up to the largest purchase, and there's probably things I'm forgetting because I buy little things here and there. But I bought a game that I didn't know that I had no plans to buy it, but Big Brain Academy was on sale for $15.
Yes.
So this was not even an irresponsible purchase. I don't even know if I'm going to play this, to be honest with you. I had no interest in getting this game, but I can't pass up $15 on a game that just came out 3 weeks ago.
You got it.
You know what I mean?
Deals.
I'm thinking
understand
maybe
the
this
sale mentality now.
Well, yeah, I know. It's so sad. That's why I try to stay away from the Steam sales, because this would happen far more often.
It's dangerous.
It is very
So
dangerous.
bad.
I actually brought this game up to my mom. She is not a gamer at all, whatsoever. She doesn't like to control or steer or do anything, push buttons. But I explained the concept of this to her, and she said, "Oh, I actually might like that. So maybe we'll try it out this weekend together, and we'll see."
Nice.
I'll have to report back on Discord or something if we ended up playing it and enjoying it. But I have actually heard decent things about it, so I'm gonna keep an open mind.
Nice. Nice.
So that was
Sounds
my
good.
cheapest purchase.
Mhm.
Which one was more expensive? My second one. They were close in price. I definitely did not need this, but you guys know, over the summer I started to find all of my childhood Game Boy Advance boxes. So I found things like, I have them sitting up on the shelf: Pokemon Rupee in the box, Yoshi's Island in the box, Kirby in the box, Link to the Past 4 Swords in the box. And I'm like, man, I have all these games in their box, but I couldn't find my favorite Game Boy Advance game that I know I had at one point. It was Zelda the Minish Cap. And I looked everywhere. I've been looking since the summer, and couldn't find it. And it might still be somewhere. It might still exist. But I treated myself to buying a new copy on eBay.
Wow.
And I was very, very
That's
picky
beautiful.
and particular about the exact
really
one that I
good.
was getting.
Yeah.
And this is near mint. There's hardly any scuffs or bumps or bends anywhere. And
Does
for
it have a
that
rating?
reason, I got a pretty good price. No, it doesn't have anything like that, but I put it in kind of a little protector case.
Smart.
Oh, you
That's
put
smart.
it in the box. Oh, okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
be this is my baby now, and maybe someday I'll find my childhood copy, which I wouldn't even be mad about, because I would love for that to turn up someday. But I think I am
That's pretty good.
accidentally a Game Boy Advance box collector now, which is
Well,
an
it
expensive
only
hobby
gets
to have.
Welcome to my
That's a
basement.
very, very
Look at all my
expensive
boxes. I am with you. That's
But
ridiculous.
at least you grew up with those, and those were your own original copies that you
Some of
just
them,
didn't
yeah.
throw out.
Yep.
You didn't seek that out on eBay and spend
You're
too
not
much on
getting-
cardboard.
I've done
GBA
that
near
too.
mint condition
Okay.
games.
I've done dumb stuff
okay.
like that too.
Okay,
So
well that does make me feel better. The third one
Next,
was
you'll get
also
into the GameCube one.
Tell me about the third one.
Oh my gosh!
Tell
Don't
me.
say GameCube. Those GameCube ones are expensive.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they're no joke.
Yes, the third one was also an unnecessary purchase, but at least it has some use. I ended up buying the Analog Pocket,
I'm jealous.
which I have the Analog Super NT that plays Super Nintendo carts, and I
Mhm.
feel like I just bought this because of FOMO, like the whole fear of missing out.
Mhm.
Because I don't even have that many Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games to begin with. But maybe I'm going to start looking and buying for those now too, because this thing looks so cool. It is
It's
It
basically
looks
beautiful.
so
a
sleek.
modernized
It looks
Game
so
Boy.
nice.
Backlit screen,
Yeah,
really
it's
modern
beautiful.
hardware, HDMI support. I bought the little dock so that I can put it on the TV
Yep.
and use
It
controller
went
with
all out
it.
on it. Yeah.
Yes.
I did go all out. And it didn't. So there's 3 shipping groups for it. It could either ship in the beginning of 2022, the
Wow.
end of 2022, or the beginning of 2023.
Dude, that's
so
crazy.
everybody
You're
gets
way
into
far
one of
out.
those shipping groups, and I don't know which one I am. I placed it pretty early, so I'm hoping I at least can get it next year. Otherwise, I'm going to forget that I ordered it, and it's going to show up at my door one day.
I love
Gonna
that
randomly
though.
pop up.
That happens
Hopefully,
to me
you'll
when
accumulate enough games.
I
by
like
that time.
pre-order vinyl OSTs from Laced Records, and I buy them, and you pay for them in advance, but then it's like 6 months before they come out, and then they just show up, and I'm like, oh, it's Christmas. It's Christmas again.
Yep,
I forgot that I
yep.
ordered, so I love that. I love it when
Limited
that
Run
happens.
Games does a lot of things like that too, where you
Yep.
buy stuff and then it shows up someday.
Randomly
Yeah,
pops
eventually
up,
you might get it. Yeah.
But it will. Yeah.
I saw Jeff Grubb's video, and he had a little GBA slot cartridge or whatever with an SD card in there. So
That's
I'm
the
sure
Evercade
yeah.
or whatever like
Mhm.
that.
Evercade, yeah.
There is a device that you can do that with. So yep, that is cool.
I've heard of
Yeah.
that for the Super NT also. You can
Mhm.
load
Yep.
that up with whatever you want it and use the actual cart. This will give me some motivation though. I think that Game Boy Color games, like a lot of them are pretty cheap. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep an eye out for them. Like
Okay.
anytime that I'm at some, retro game stores, maybe just like look up on eBay every once in a while because I don't have a lot of them. And I know that I want to play more Game Boy Advance games. So this will be my motivation over the next couple months to
Nice.
to do that.
Nice.
So yeah, very expensive, very unnecessary, but I hardly ever spend money. So I just
It
did
looks so nice too. I tweeted it out
beautiful.
of this product, and it's like, this is the most unnecessary item that I absolutely want, because it's just everything you want from like playing the old like handheld games themselves. I wish I had more of these GBC or GBA games.
Yeah,
That
they're
would probably
nice.
justify a purchase. But like, I was like, no, I have my Retroid Pocket. I need him. That's my utility. That's my use
Mhm.
case for GBA games and GBC games. But man, when I saw those video impressions of Jeff Grubb and I saw Linus Tech Tips doing it, everyone was doing impressions, and I'm like, that looks so nice.
It's
And
beautiful.
it sharpens the images too on these games. Like
It looks good. Yeah.
and a different like filter between each of the different types of games, and there's a Game Gear adapter if you're into that. They went all out on this. So.
I have the Retroid Pocket too, and I know like that's where I can play these games on a budget and don't need to do that. But like I said, I have the Super NT, and it's really good hardware. Like just having that sold me on the Pocket, and I would definitely buy future things if they keep going with it.
I had it in my cart, and then I sat down and thought about it, and I had bought that modded GBA Advance like a couple months ago, and I have the GameCube hooked up with the Game Boy Player. And I've got an HDMI adapter that upreses that image. So I have no reason.
You're pretty set. Yeah.
I'm set. And I have a ton of GBA games. Like I own all the Castlevania games that were like very expensive carts. And I have tons of them because I loved the GBA, especially when I was in college.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. I was like, I can't. I have too many other ways to play these video games. I can't do this right now. I don't need to. I talked myself down, y'all.
I need to learn how to do that.
No, because I never do that. I'm sitting next to an Xbox fridge, and I have that Retroid Pocket 2 Plus in a cart, and I'm strongly considering it.
There you go.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about
get that.
I'm gonna. It's happening.
Yeah,
that's gonna happen. Yeah.
I need to upgrade mine too.
Yeah.
There's like an upgrade kit to make it a Retro Pocket 2 Plus, and I'm like,
But the kit is
That's
like
very
borderline the same price as just buying the new hardware, so I figured I would get
Is
the
it?
old one to my kid. It's
Oh.
kind of close. The new one's only $100, she says, like an idiot. So
only 100.
It's all worth it as long as you're having a good time.
I'm loving my life.
Did buy a game that was announced at the Indie World Showcase, but I'll wait till we talk about it in the news roundup.
Let's chat about
which we can jump right into. The Indie World Showcase did take place this week. They're almost. I saw some people surprised that there was one. There's always an Indie Direct in December around this time. There has been every year since I think 2018. So this probably shouldn't have come as too much surprise. But I thought this was one of the best Indie Directs in a really long time, and I'm curious if you guys thought the same. I'm going to go through. I'm not going to name every single title that was announced. There were a decent amount of them, but I am going to name the ones that I either was interested in myself or saw a lot of people talking about afterwards, and we can kind of stop for ones that you guys want to talk about. They started off the show with Sea of Stars, which was previously, it had a Kickstarter, previously announced for Steam and consoles, wasn't formally announced for Switch yet until now. They say it's coming in holiday 2022. I am so excited. This is one of my most anticipated games. First of all, it's beautiful, downright gorgeous. This is pixel art at its finest. It doesn't get better than this. It has the same composers from Chrono Trigger and Chrono Cross. It's very heavily inspired by 90s JRPGs. It looks like it's going to have a beautiful story, really awesome combat mechanics. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm really excited. This is a prequel to The Messenger, too.
It is, which I haven't played.
You should. It's really good. It's a different style of game. Like, it's definitely, one of those more challenging.
The Messenger is like Ninja Gaiden as to Sea of Stars is to Chrono Trigger.
Yeah, it's more of an RPG.
I'm saying,
But I like the world that The Messenger sets up for you. So I'm curious to see them touch on it in more depth, because it's like it's there and you want to know more about it. So I think this is super cool. I'm pumped for this. I wish it was out now. I want to play it now.
I know. I'm not even confident that it's going to come out holiday 2022. These types of games, these indie devs with huge projects like this. I'm not going to get my heart set on this holiday 22.
I would say this gets delayed, but it's so amazing and I'm really excited. So excited.
It is definitely on my radar now. It really impressed me, and I'm actually surprised they opened with this game and then came along with the rest of these games. And that's not to diminish the other games. I'm just saying Sea of Stars was a pretty big get.
This is a big one.
Pretty big deal.
If this is not on your radar, go look at a trailer, and it probably will be quickly.
Yeah,
agree.
And then turn your mind around.
They also announced Alicia, the Oblivion of Twin Goddesses, coming out in spring 2022. I saw a lot of people talking about this one. Any interest, you guys?
Yeah, I like puzzle games like this. Like, it's two different puzzle mechanics for the two different sisters that you play as, and I guess you can play it. I think you can play it co-op. This seems really cool.
Okay.
I'm interested in this thing. Cool. A lot of games in this showcase were either summer or spring 2022, and this is another one. I think it's spring. So
yeah.
They showed a game called Locomotive coming out next summer, which I'm not really into the whole point and click games too much, but I really liked the concept of this with like a murder mystery taking place on a train and cool pun in the title.
And they also made
the
a
style
point.
Of this game.
Yeah, they made a point to say that it was comical, like it was a comical murder mystery. So I'm like, yeah, okay. If there's funny stuff,
it's gonna have really good dialogue, really well written.
It'll have that, and it's great pixel art too with the character art. I like how they did.
It looks pretty.
Both of them, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Endling Extinction is Forever. Coming out
was
this
the
spring.
depressing game?
This was the one with the fox. Yes.
So you're a fox mother with 3 pups. The world has ended. You're trying to get your pups to safety. Apparently, they can die depending on the choices you make.
I don't think my heart can take this one.
No, Elaine will not be playing the puppy murder game. Elaine can't handle this. If I make a choice, nope.
It looked really sad.
I will bawl. Like if
I'll cry.
Like a little fox cup.
Yeah, I'll cry.
But it looked cute. The foxes looked very cute.
Love the foxes. Don't want to see them die though, Rebecca.
I know. They showed Ali World coming February 8th, 2022.
excited.
Very
So Donnie
excited.
excited about this one too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
I really like Ali Ali 1 and 2. I played them both on Vita, and
Mhm.
it looks like it's a much evolution step up, a lot more 3D, a lot more depth, a lot of progression in this game.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested in how this one turns out.
I'm excited too.
They showed River City Girls 2 coming out next summer.
River City Girls is such a good brawler. It's so good.
I've heard.
So good. And I'm really excited they're making another one and they're basically fleshing everything out more. I was really into that first game and I'm super excited to see they're making a follow-up. Yeah.
They confirmed Don't Starve Together is coming to the Switch in the spring.
Nice.
It's not my jam. Like survival
my jam
games like
either.
that are too stressful
Yeah.
for me, but I'm glad that this makes sense on the Switch. So,
Yes, it
yeah.
definitely
yeah.
does. They ended the show with Omori,
Mhm.
which is coming out this upcoming spring, which I didn't really know a whole lot about this game
I didn't know
before
this
they
game
showed
either.
it, but
Mhm.
seeing everybody talk about it prompted me to look it up, and this kind of looks like it's going to be a Rebecca game, and I
Yeah.
will probably buy it.
Yeah.
It is like exploring the themes of like anxiety and depression and things
Mhm.
like that, and it's kind of told through, I think, similarities to like how Earthbound is. I saw a lot of
Mhm.
comparisons to Earthbound, and there were a couple of frames where like I was like, wow, that looks just like Earthbound,
Yeah.
with kind of some weird, creepy, odd, like psychological horror twist to it, which I'm really all about. I love those creepy,
Mhm.
kind of weird things in games, so that could be a Rebecca game. And then a couple out now games. The one I bought is Chicory, A Colorful Tale.
That looks so
which
good. It looks so
it
It looks
looks
really
so
good.
cute. I wanted to start it last night. I didn't get a chance, so I'm going to try to start it this weekend. This game was up for some awards at the Game Awards this year. I
Mhm.
think it was one of the ones that was up for Games for Impact.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I
okay.
am really all about games like that. And I think that's another one that explores a lot of like really deep themes with kind of a lighter, colorful exterior.
Mhm.
So I'm excited to try that out. Then another out now one was Dungeon Munchies.
That one has been out on Steam, and I've heard some mixed reviews about how that runs on Switch, but I'm still probably going to snag it, and I do want to grab Chicory as well. So I'm going to buy those this week and check them out since I'm playing all the video games again now. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Nice.
Kyle the Pug wanted to know, what are you all most excited for during the Indie World Direct? He says, for me, it was Sea of Stars in the intro because it gave off a lot of Chrono Trigger vibes. What other new indie games are you intrigued on getting in the future? I will definitely get Sea of Stars when that
Me too.
releases day one.
Yep.
Like I said, I
Me
already
too.
bought Chicory, and I will probably get Omori. Maybe Locomotive, depending on if I need something to play in the summer. Maybe.
I will
That
get
could be a
Ollie
sell
Ollie
game,
World and River City
Me
Girls
too,
too, for sure.
well.
I will get Locomotive. That kind of game is my jam if I'm in the right mood. And for sure, I'm going to grab Chicory and Dungeon Munchies. And yeah, Sea of Stars, I need to have immediately upon release.
Mhm.
Immediately.
I feel like that's a game where I don't want to learn too much about it because
Exactly.
I didn't watch the trailer that closely. I'm not going to follow the channels that closely.
Right.
Just because I want to go into it with a totally fresh experience.
Yep. Same.
I'm most excited for Sea of Stars. I don't know if I'll get these other games like day one, but like Ollie Ollie World, I'm definitely aiming my eye on that. And Amori, that looked really, really good. And I'm also interested in Metal Slug Tactics. When is that gonna come out? Is it next year? I think they kind of planned it, but like a time frame. But I don't know. Other than that, I'm very interested in that game.
That looks fun too.
I was glad that they said like either spring 22, summer 22. They kind of gave those release windows because I feel like historically in these indie directs, they don't say anything and then you just don't hear about them ever again.
Until they
come out. I know that they're not all going to, meet those windows, but at least they're giving us a frame of reference to work with.
Right.
And not just, this is in the early stages. We'll see in 5 years. Like Minoko's Night Market.
Yep.
Just saying. Anything else on the Indie Direct?
Nothing for me. I think you covered all the stuff that I was interested in. It was a good show. I like those shows.
I
a
liked
lot.
it. Yeah.
A
I'm always
good
excited
set of
about those.
games.
Yep.
I'm always thank you, Nintendo, for appreciating my time with these presentations. Like
snappy.
If it was like an Xbox show with like 2 hours, I'm like, no, I'm gonna read an article because of this. But this was like 20 minutes of awesome games. I was like, thank you very much, Nintendo, for doing
Yeah,
that.
if only you would give me some news about Silk Song, that would be cool because I cry.
I
Everyone's
know.
so
We should
sorry.
talk about that. Yeah. Most people were, I mean, I feel like every time there's an indie direct, people are hopeful for it. I almost wonder if at this point it's not going to be in an indie direct. This could be actual Nintendo Direct material at this point. I feel like it's that
I
big
can see
now.
It's just-
I know a
just
lot
thought-
of people were hoping that one last thing would be it.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I cried. It's fine. I'm fine. We're all fine.
hey, we got
We
the
all cried.
Cuphead DLC news that was long awaited very recently,
That's
so it's
true.
only a matter of time.
Keep saying that, Rebecca, and maybe it will be
I
true.
wonder if it's going to be like a complete. Is it its own game or are they
Yeah.
calling it a DLC? Oh, okay.
No, it's
cool.
going to stand alone, I believe. But
Yep.
like, I haven't heard news in so long. Who knows? Just I'm
Sports,
fine.
Like
Sports
Cuphead.
Story was
Oh.
another one they're saying.
Sports
in chat
Story
that's
is the other one.
Getting thing. But I feel like historically in these indie directs, they don't follow up on previously announced titles.
They do not.
So
yeah.
that's why I'm thinking I don't know that we should expect those things at an indie direct.
I don't know that we should expect it. I think my brain just says it's an indie game and I would like it to be out now. So I always hope that
Yeah.
it'll be like, guess what's out now? And I'll get excited. But it's not going to happen. I'm just going to cry. It's fine.
I know.
That's okay.
Stop hoping for it, and they'll come with
That's
it soon.
not how any
Here's
of
a
this
cup
works.
for your tears, Elaine. Yeah, just-
Oh, Garret! I will fight you. All right, you are underslept.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Moving on before we fight.
Bad move.
Pokemon Legends Arceus got a new trailer. I feel like they're putting out little bits of information every single week about this, and
Cool.
we probably will get information every week until it releases at the end of January. At this point,
Every time they show a trailer and they show that end of January release date, my brain goes, "Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Sure? Because I'm not sure. Are you sure?" Every time.
I think they're
Every time.
sure.
Oh man,
This
I don't
time,
know.
they're introducing the Diamond and Pearl clans. These
Okay.
are clans that serve the noble Pokemon of the region and pay respects to them. We met Adamon, the leader of the Diamond clan, who has Leafeon as his
Adamon.
partner. And we meet Irida, the leader of the Pearl clan, who has Glaceon as her partner.
So,
Yeah. What?
will there be clans for the rest of the Eevee evolutions? Is that what we're expecting at this point?
No, because I think Leafeon and
No.
Glaceon debuted in the Sinnoh region.
Oh, I see what you're
Yes.
saying. Yes,
I
yes,
think
this
that's
makes sense.
where that comes
Okay,
from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
But
Diamond and
they're
Pearl,
rival
yeah.
clans. And I don't know, there's something, they each pay respect to a different noble Pokemon. So whatever that means.
What is a
We don't
noble? Is the noble Pokemon the boss Pokemon type?
they're
of
the
deal?
really big ones that
Okay.
are kind of
Have,
wandering
like, this
around. We saw that in
aura.
one of the trailers.
Yeah.
I
Are they
feel like
sure?
we're getting we're getting all these random segments about this game, and it's
I
not
have more
all piecing together.
questions.
Yeah, that's
After
why
every time.
that's why it feels like it shouldn't be out in a month. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's like
There's a lot of
Yeah.
really cool ideas here, but I'm not sure how it pieces together.
I
Right.
have thoughts and concerns. So I guess we'll
We
see.
also met the Ginkgo Guild. These are all so
Sure.
bizarre.
Sure.
This
Sure.
is so weird.
Sure. It's
They're a-
merchants, okay?
They're a group of merchants who sell rare and important items. Now, here's the interesting part. They introduced us to two of them, Ginter and Volo. They look really similar to Volkner and Cynthia of the Sinnoh regions, and people are speculating that they're their ancestors. They literally do look similar. That's not just
It's
a
like they
crazy
took their
theory.
face models and they're like,
Yeah.
let's just draw
And
on
put
your
them in the
body."
same standing position or whatever.
exact same standing
This,
position.
the internet is this game just needs to come out so the internet has a break for the from
Yeah.
the parsing of information. Wow.
So I do think that this game is gonna dive into some lore and storylines deeper than I think this is the Gen 4 remake type thing that is what I think more mature fans like us want.
Okay.
I'm hoping that's
Yeah.
the case. That
We'll
seems
see.
like the direction that they want to go with it.
No, I mean this game. I've said it before. It's just that it can go one way or the other.
Yeah.
I just have no idea what's going on. It's an open world Pokemon game, and that's all I really know. All this other information is just sprinkles on top that I just that
Yeah.
doesn't change what I know or don't know at all.
I almost
So,
wonder if they should have had one direct, one long trailer going
Yeah.
over all of this instead of feeding us this information each and every week and us wondering how does that fit in? Where is that? Because I feel like I'm forgetting
Right.
things, and I don't know.
I would more rather see this game run well than get this
Yeah.
trickle of information. So I'd rather, if you're going to give me short trailers, show me mechanics and the game running, because that's what I actually have concerns about at this point.
It's not going to run well.
No, it's going to run like
It
garbage.
doesn't look
but
like it's
it
gonna
doesn't
run
look
well,
good.
yeah.
So that's why I'm so apprehensive.
It looks like it has good ideas. I'm hoping maybe it's a stepping stone. I'm still keeping an open mind. It does look more like it has more depth than what we're used to.
True.
So,
Hopefully.
Well,
if you have,
it's
go ahead.
no, it's just like it's a testing ground for Game Freak to figure out a different formula. If it doesn't work, they're gonna go back to the old Pokemon ways.
Absolutely.
If it does work, they're gonna continue try to test this out. So,
yep,
we'll see.
If you have save data from Brilliant Diamond or Shining Pearl, you can take on a research request post-game to add Darkrai to your game. If you have save data from Sword and Shield, you can take on a research request post-game to add Shaman, the landform, to your game. Now, I think this is kind of cool because normally they just give you a mythical. Like in Diamond and Pearl, they're just like, okay, here's a Mew in the beginning of the game. Like, you don't have to do anything. You just have to talk to someone. Like, it's NBD. No big deal. But I kind of like this, that, it is post-game, so you can't just barrel through all of the, trainers and Pokemon with a Darkrai. And it sounds like there's a little quest involved to get it.
This is what Pokemon
that
Go
could add
kind
longevity.
Of does. And I do like that about Pokemon Go. So this is cool. All right.
It's post-game. It could add some longevity, could give you something to do, afterwards, something that's maybe add some story to it.
Shaman's the best, by the way. I really like that Pokemon.
Shaman's so cute. Yeah, I love
freaking
Shaman.
Adorable.
Anything else about Pokemon Legends Arceus?
Nope. Curious to see how this
I don't know if I'm getting this game, guys.
I'm gonna get it because I feel like it's like a landmark Pokemon title. Even if it's bad, it's still them trying something that they've never done before. So I feel like I have to be there to try that. That's in my head,
I'm interested
if it
to hear you guys'
reviews
thoughts.
really well, will you get it?
Yeah.
Garret?
Eventually, I just need to play Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl first. And
fair.
Again, tumultuous time for me, so I don't know when I'll get to that.
For real.
That's fair.
Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
All right. Check your emails. They are sending the 2021 year in review Switch stats. So mine was in my spam folder. Tends to go there sometimes. If you haven't received yours, check there. It shows you stats from the year, like your most played games, how many games you played this year, which date you clocked the most hours, your time spent in handheld and dock modes, and a few more cool, interesting little tidbits. If you're kind of a data freak like me and you want to see, how you spent your hours this year.
Yeah.
It's cool to see. I used to spend about 50-50 docked and handheld. My hours were way more in favor for handheld this year. It was about 60-30.
Me too, because Tetris 99. And that is also my most played game. Again. Yeah, it's like 57 hours of Tetris 99 alone. I'm fine. Yeah. It's fine. So
that's not bad at all.
For
my
the
most
second
played
year
game
in a row. Yeah. What was yours?
Yeah, no, this year is Animal Crossing for me on my Yeah.
Is it because of Fiona or is it because of you?
Yes.
I was going to say.
100%. It's like another, I don't know, 200, 300 hours of that.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Sounds familiar. This is my second year in a row with Animal Crossing as my my top game.
I am unsurprised completely.
And number 2 is Splatoon 2.
Nice. That's a great
game. And then number 3 was Monster Hunter Stories 2.
That was you.
50 hours. Yeah, that was me.
My longest day of playing, I had a day where I spent 12 hours in Metroid Dread.
Yeah. Holy God.
Wow, that's surprising. That's a single run. That's like Elias's 7 runs.
And remember, I did play this game for review, so I was like kind of trudging through it, quickly. I think that was probably the Sunday or whatever, like one of those days that weekend, and I'm pretty sure it was the day that I finished the game. I'm telling you, I spent many hours on that last boss. So I would say several of those 12 hours were just on the final boss alone.
Wow.
I hope it wasn't all 12, but... But yeah, so check that if you're interested in your stats. Nintendo just tweeted a few minutes ago that 5 additional Sega Genesis games are now available for the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack. You can now download, if you are a member, Altered Beast, Toe Jam and Earl, Dynamite Heady? Is that how you say that?
I believe so. Yep.
Sword of Vermission,
Mhm.
and Thunder Force 2.
I
Just
love Toe Jam and
total
Earl.
shadow drop.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I'm excited about Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, it's fun. Like that game.
What
I
is
mean,
Toe Jam and Earl?
It's
Like, what
platformy.
is that game?
It's I don't know. Altered
It's like-
Beast is also good, which is a brawler.
Kind of bizarre humor. Like
Yeah.
it's very
Oh, okay.
hip hop, like very culture, like 90s cultural references.
90s cultural
I could
references.
see that
Yes.
for sure. Yeah.
It's
in the
fun.
trailer.
I liked
funny.
that game. Yeah.
Shout
was
out
a-
to the developers of I'm sorry, to the social media, whoever it runs the social media accounts for Toe
Yeah.
Jam and Earl. They are so funny. When they announced that Sega games were coming to Nintendo Switch through the service, I tweeted to them. I'm like, "Hey, are we getting Toe Jam and Earl?" And they said we would love that. So, just you're welcome, everybody.
That was all you, Bex.
Totally.
All
Force it
you.
into reality. Nice.
Nice.
But
Well-
yeah, I'll check them out. Maybe we'll see.
I don't
I'll
know.
play, yeah.
Like, you could tell this was just a dump. It's like, oh, they wanted Sega games. Here you go. Here's 5.
I haven't
from the
tried
junk
any of them
box.
yet.
In fairness, Altered Beast and Toe Jam and Earl were like
I
hallmark
heard those
games
2 are
of their time.
seminal. Yes.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
important, like Sega games, and I mean, I played them when I was a kid at somebody's house. Like, I don't know how they hold up for people who don't have nostalgia, but I really like those games. So,
Mhm.
you know,
When I have a free like hour that I'm looking for something to do, I might boot it up and check it out.
yeah.
And then I just threw this little story in here at the end. I kind of like ending on these little feel good kind of smiley stories. This is from Nintendo Life. Usain Bolt says that Mario Kart helped him become an Olympic champ.
This is
The
amazing.
8-time Olympic gold medalist discussed recently in an interview how he would sometimes miss trainings to play video games. Here's a
Oh my
quote. He
goodness.
says, "For me, those are the things that excite me about video games, just learning and being the best at it. I feel like it kind of helped my hunger, I would say, to always want to win. But I feel like it, in a way, kind of helped out with the track and field because now when you get on the track, you have that same mentality as when you're playing video games. You just want to win." He added that Mario Kart helped, and if he started his career today, he might think twice about athletics and become an esports pro instead.
That's so good. That's so good.
That is
I love
awesome.
that. I love that.
I love that too. I was like reading this. I'm like, this is like the kind of thing that you would expect to see on like The Onion or
Mhm.
Hard Drive or things like that. Like, you wouldn't think that such an amazing pro athlete like this is like, oh yeah, like I would have wanted to become an esports pro instead.
It's the
It's
best.
They
cool.
got that
It's cool.
competitive nature. A lot of these
Mhm.
sports people, like even soccer teams or whatever, they're constantly playing video games,
Mhm.
like FIFA all the way. I remember like soccer teams, like they have all of their switches together and they have FIFA and they would just play all the
Yeah.
time. So I think it's that competitive edge, that drive. So I could totally see this
And also
person.
remembering these are the guys, a lot of them are our age, like these pro
Yeah.
sports athletes, like a lot of them are younger than us. Like they grew up with games just like we did. And they're normal people. Like I think it's it
Mhm.
shouldn't it is surprising, but it shouldn't be that they would be into these kind of things too.
Yeah. Yep.
But
This is
I
awesome.
thought that was a kind of feel good story.
It made me smile.
Very good
It made me
story.
smile.
Imagining Usain Bolt playing Mario Kart is just like the
That's
coolest
the
thing to
best.
me.
That's
You see
the
that
best.
on commercial now.
Yeah, he should just be.
They should get him for
Awesome.
commercials.
They should. He's the
would
fastest
be cool.
man. That'd be
Like
great.
if they got him for like a Ring Fit commercial or something,
That'd be
like,
awesome.
it would be. It really
He's
would
so
be.
good.
All right, short news segment this week, guys. We're gonna go straight into our questions directly from you. Again, we always have so many good questions. I like so many of these. Ante on Discord said to us, Shake Shack Day. He wanted to know our top 3 burger joints.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
This is. I'm gonna go. Are we going fast food burger joints? Like
Oh, I was thinking
Whatever
like
you
in
want.
general.
in
Yeah.
general, I think it's like Shake Shack, Five Guys, and I don't know what my third would be. I have to think about the third. I really like Five Guys. They're kind of a go-to. Like that's about the lowest tier of burger my old lady stomach can handle anymore. Before it's just like no. Try to eat a McDonald's burger and my body's like, we're not 12 anymore.
You
Get that out of here.
You can't do that.
I can't do that anymore, man. Ooh. But I like Shake Shack a lot. Also, a lot. Their fries are so good. So good.
Do you have a favorite, Garret?
Nice. Well, there's Twisted Root. That is a burger joint that's in Texas. I don't know how many locations there are, but you build your own burger and they have just so many freaking pickles.
I love pickles.
Amazing. It's one of the best burger joints I've ever had. And they have like those alcoholic milkshakes, and it's like you can just go the 9 yards in that restaurant and be a pig. Right, fam? Said it. Whataburger. Whataburger is my second favorite burger joint or fast food in general. Let's just say that. And then In-N-Out. I really enjoy In-N-Out burgers. I don't know why. It's just like pretty easy to.
I haven't had Whataburger or In-N-Out. Like I've never had them. So and I'm sure I would like them both. I've never had In-N-Out. Nope. Yeah. So I got to do that at some point.
You're definitely a Northeasterner.
Yeah. I was about to say I've lived in like the Jersey, the tri-state area for so long. It's just not accessible.
Yeah. So. I don't think we really have those, at least not where I am. I don't eat burgers. I don't eat any kind of beef or red meat like that. So I don't eat burgers or go to burger joints. I like Red Robin. I know Red Robin. I like Red Robin burgers. They have like other things at Red Robin. Yeah, I like their chicken sandwiches and things like that.
Hey, you're helping the environment, Rebecca.
I am.
You know how much cows like fart on the earth, and that's a lot of methane. You know.
I'm very proud of my lack of burger consumption. So I am contributing. Wes 3DP wants to know what our fondest Donkey Kong memories are. He pointed out how it's one of the few top Nintendo franchises not to have a new Switch game yet.
That is true. Mine, I'm older than both of you. I think I've told this story on the podcast before. I am. Shut up.
You hate when we bring it up, but you bring it up a lot.
I'm allowed to bring it up.
Brought it up.
I'm shaking my cane. I'm saying this because Donkey Kong Country came out. And they did a contest at Blockbuster where you would go and play like a specially modified kart level. And then I think the top couple people in every would get like an award. I forget. I think I placed second at my local Blockbuster.
Ooh,
and I really love Donkey Kong Country. I played the hell out of that. I got everything in every level. But playing that standing up in a Blockbuster on a kiosk is probably my favorite Donkey Kong memory. So
nice. What's a Blockbuster, Elaine?
Shut up,
like Netflix?
Shut up. It's like my basement where you can rent video games if you're a 10-year-old child. But it's my basement.
I remember the smell of Blockbuster, man. There's a smell to it.
Yeah, it really is.
Plastic
I'm sure
and
there's
sadness.
a candle scent for that.
Grease.
Yeah.
Gross.
Nostalgia. One of my fondest memories of Donkey Kong is one of the first video games I've played alongside with like Super Mario World and Legend of Zelda. I used to play this with my grandma like throughout like an entire day. She had the printed strategy guide for Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. And we went through probably both of those games multiple times together, looking through the guide through as well to get all the collectibles and 100%. Yeah, this is one of my favorite games. It's one of my nostalgic games. Like every time I open it up and like I hear the music, I almost tear up. I almost cry because like I remember hearing that like when I was like 5 years old and just starting to enjoy video games. So
that's awesome. I like that story.
I think we're all picking the same game because I have a lot of nostalgia attached to Donkey Kong Country 1 as well. And booting it up and playing just those first couple levels as a kid. I didn't get very far as a kid. I didn't end up beating the game until last year for the first time, I think. And then I ended up playing for the first time Donkey Kong Country 2 on stream earlier this year. And I have a lot of good memories just, chatting with it, with my viewers and whatnot. But I don't know. I remember that too, Garret, just listening to that music and getting nostalgic over that rare startup sound. Where he's cranking the what is the thing called?
I know what you mean.
The music.
Yeah,
phonograph.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
There we go. Elaine got it for us. We were too young, Rebecca. We couldn't. We couldn't.
Children
know.
probably don't even know what a CD is. I'm gonna go lay down in my Epsom salt bath with my
Wait.
cane. Good.
I had an MP3 player with the little jack thing, like the
I'm pretty
iPod
sure
Nanos.
I'm the age where I need a chair in the shower just so I don't fall and die now, apparently. Because damn kids. I hate this. I hate it here.
Elaine is Cranky Kong.
I am.
Confirmed.
Damn kids.
But yes, very, very nostalgic game. If I could, like, when I think of nostalgic games, that is one of them that comes to mind.
Mhm.
G-Man says, I can't believe 2021 is officially over. What a year it has been and everything that's happened. Tell me your most favorite gaming related thing that you liked or loved throughout this year. He says, hope you all have a wonderful Christmas and New Year's. Do you have a favorite gaming related memory from this year?
Playing through Death's Door was really warm and fuzzy for me. That game felt special.
Oh, really?
And I really enjoyed it that much. That was just one of those games. And I think that would probably be it. That's the thing that's sticking with me the most from this year. So, yep.
I'm not sure. I don't want to put out any games out because that would be like on the list or whatever of like game of the year or something like that. So I'm not going to mention games right now, but one of the announcements was Persona in their 25th announcement, and just like, oh, it's happening. I'm still holding on hope, guys. I saw a recent rumor yesterday. Elaine, just let me explain, okay? I don't have a problem. You do.
You have a problem.
Midnight Channel Deluxe button was in the website for like 5 minutes, right next to Persona 4 Ultima Arena Max or whatever. It's happening, guys. Persona 4 Golden will come in. I wonder what Midnight Channel. It is Persona 4, but I don't
Midnight
know.
Channel is Persona 4 related.
Yeah, we got about 5 announcements or whatever left. So one of those Persona 6. What's the other? What's the rest of them? I don't know.
Oh Lord.
I was the clown thinking that they were going to announce Chrono Cross at the Game Awards.
Ha! Sorry.
You're just crying.
Sorry.
And just putting on the makeup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it was a great rumor, and I still think it's real because
it's still possible.
NVIDIA leak, like
I know.
That came out of the NVIDIA leak is true. So Chrono Cross, it's definitely going to be there, just not at the Game Awards.
Favorite game related memories from this year, just 2 immediately come to mind, and I hope this counts as gaming related. I became Twitch partnered this year, and that was like one of the coolest things ever because I wasn't sure if that was ever like, I made that a goal at the beginning of 2021 and I reached it in February.
Super
so
quick.
That was like really, really cool, and I love playing games with the community. So that like is a series of memories, I feel like. And then also, I just really loved our E3 this year, streaming E3. Me, Garret, and Donnie. That was such a fun show, and like just celebrating all that with the Discord and the community and things like that. Like I just feel like it, after 2020 and the E3 mess of that year, like it was just a very good time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I loved that. Android wants to know, what's your favorite gaming related gift you've received on a Christmas? Hope all of you have the best for the holidays and great 2022.
It's hard. Like I got so many great things as a kid. I think it was probably the Game Boy when I got my Game Boy.
Yeah.
I remember just playing it until the batteries died. Like just playing Tetris until the batteries died in a car, trying to play it by the light of like street lights coming back from my grandmother's and stuff.
I remember that.
So that's probably my the present that stuck with me the most over the years.
Nice. Mine has to be the Xbox 360. I remember waking up. It was actually like a couple of days before Christmas, and it was that year when the Xbox came out. And my dad woke me up like 3 a.m. And I was like, Garret, we're going to go to Best Buy. I got a tip that a handful of Xbox 360s will be there. Nice. I went with my dad and stayed there in line for like, I don't know, 5-6 hours, got a voucher. We were number 4. and I got the Xbox 360. I got Call of Duty and Quake or something like that, and I just like played like nonstop for like the next 3 days. It was definitely
How old
one of
were
the
you?
more favorable. It's 2005, so I was 11 years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good stuff.
I think I've talked about this before. I think I've showed the picture before, but the Christmas that I got the GameCube and Wind Waker and the Zelda collection, like
That's
that was
awesome.
one of the best gaming Christmases.
That's great. That's a great
Definitely.
Christmas. Such a great Christmas.
And then my dad got me the Wii U in
nice.
college for Christmas. And at the time I'm like, Dad, like there's not really any Wii U games that I want to play. Like I was just gonna get this like when the Zelda game comes out. He's like, no, like we can have it. And then when the Zelda game comes out, then we'll just have it already.
Mhm.
And you saw how that worked out.
Dad's a good guy. That was a sweet thing to do.
Yeah.
That's very
He
nice.
has always been a good enabler for
Yeah,
video game
nice.
stuff.
For games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
'Cause
enjoyment.
He likes Zelda too. So, he was buying it he thought also himself for when Zelda comes out.
Of course.
Yeah.
But,
Whoops. Well.
Whoops.
Okay.
I liked this question. Andrew wanted to know, what's your favorite board game or card game that you like to play? He says at New Year's or other New Year's traditions that you have. I've never had that tradition where I played board games or card games at New Year's.
We used to have a get
But I like
together at the
that.
house before the kids where we would play Cards Against Humanity after like drinking a bunch.
yeah.
This was a thing I was doing when I was still drinking. So that would probably be the one. Like that's just an easy one to play with groups of people. But yeah, this was never a tradition for me. We just ate ham on New Year's Day and that was it.
You just ate ham.
My mom always made ham on New
Nothing
Year's Day.
else.
I don't know. That's a thing. So
Okay. No, I'm down with that. I don't have a specific game I played at New Year's. I'm just thinking of games that I would play, like Settlers of Catan. I remember playing the Apples to Apples, which is the light version of Cards Against Humanity. But yeah, New Year's it's a good time. But I did not have any kind of hard traditions with New Year's.
Yeah, I don't really either. I don't really do much. For a long time, we would go out to a nice dinner before New Year's with, another family that we're friends with. But no, but I kind of want to do that now. I don't feel like I have enough people to play a board game or card game with on New Year's.
Sometimes
by
I just
myself.
look at the clock and it's midnight. I'm like, oh, it's the following year.
oh, I should
Great.
I
I should
do
go to bed.
always stay up. I always stay up and watch the ball drop in Times Square, and then I go out and me and my mom bang pots and pans.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I stayed up every year except when like my kids were really little and I was really overtired and just needed to sleep. Like
Oh,
when you
yeah.
have babies, you're just like, I don't care what day it is. If they're asleep, I'm sleeping. So
Nice. I like that.
Makes sense.
Canadian Cruller wants to know, lots of Pokemon games involve planting berries or foraging and crafting with berries. If they made a Stardew Valley kind of farming game for Pokemon, what would you like to farm for? What features would you want in this farming spin-off game? I didn't know I wanted that, but that sounds like an amazing idea.
That
you
sounds
could
like a
have-
great spin-off game in general. Yeah.
you could have a breeding ground
Really?
for the Pokemon, like you can in
Yeah.
Stardew, where you can have your animals. Like you have a chicken coop, you can have like a
You get the little
Pikachu coop.
Pokemon X going.
I just-
Yeah.
Yeah, grow all the
Have your
berries.
milk
That sounds fun.
tanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like
I
this.
feel like they would try to use some farm like Pokemon. Like you would have mill tanks in a barn. You would have like any kind of horse Pokemon, like
Pontia.
Rabbitash.
Rabbitash, yeah.
Zepstrike. Yeah. What?
Mudbray. I could see like for a
Mhm.
mule.
Mudbray. Yeah.
Would be fun.
Yeah,
This
I'm
would be
sure they
cute.
would go all out with like the berries and things like that.
I can imagine this game now. You're just managing a ranch and a farm of Pokemon. I can totally see it.
There was a My Pokemon Ranch or something, but it was a totally different premise, right?
Mhm.
I think I didn't play it.
I didn't play this if it was a thing. I didn't even
No,
know this was
no.
a thing.
It was like a Wii game, My Pokemon Ranch. I think it was like you imported Pokemon from the actual games into it and played with them or something.
No, that's not.
Gotcha.
That doesn't sound as cool as Stardew Valley, but with
No,
Pokemon.
yeah, I
This
like
sounds
that
way
you
better.
would be managing a ranch and maybe you would like rescue Pokemon and raise them on the ranch or things like that.
I like that. I would play that. Let's play that.
Yeah.
To answer Canadian Crawler's question, what would you like to farm? I would like to farm the powdered donuts, aka rice cakes.
Yes.
I wish that you could just grow it
ridiculous.
from the ground. It's just
Of
so
course.
stupid how they said they were donuts. I believed that for the longest time in the TV show. Those are donuts, and I'm like,
No donuts
no,
look
those
like
are
that.
yeah. I was like, that's kind of weird. It's like, oh, that's rice. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's
I wonder
onigiri.
why
yeah.
they changed that. I guess like because kids don't eat rice as like a snack food or whatever.
Well, it's because it's
That's
like a very
America.
specific. Because like it was onigiri, so it was like rice balls that are filled, which is not an Americanized. There's no Americanized
Yeah.
equivalent. I love them,
No,
but
there
like
isn't.
if outside of like Japan largely, or even sometimes like Hawaiian culture has a bunch of them too. Like we just don't know what Americans just don't know what they are unless you're like really like
especially
Japanese people.
kids. They would think that's kind of
Especially little kids.
Yeah.
I love them, but they're not for everybody. So
Yeah, Crawler, I think you have a $1 million idea here.
I like this.
Pitch
Make
it to
some
the Pokemon
puffins on
Company.
the
They
side.
will somehow
Print it.
screw it up.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh god.
And finally, Yarden wants to know, can Rebecca and Elaine go meet Garret in person before he moves far away forever? Christmas break is close. It's only a couple hours if you meet in the middle.
Garret cannot
Yeah.
be stopped from writing this thesis right now.
know.
I would
I
not
think
want to
it's
interrupt.
bothering him.
I'm sure that there will
Sleep
be
is a
opportunity.
commodity right
Yeah,
now.
I'm sure we will find an opportunity in the future when he comes back to visit family or does something.
Yeah.
This will happen eventually.
His
But for right
family's
now-
not over here. His family's
true.
in
Oh,
Texas.
I'm from
Oh,
Texas.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You're from Texas. Look,
I'll be in the Northeast sometimes. Like I'm sure.
love
I'll
finds a way. Okay.
Travel.
Love
Love finds
Love finds a
always
way.
finds a way. Yeah, it won't be this year. I'm sorry.
He
guys.
needs to
You
finish
can-
this thesis.
How
I've been
about
Yeah,
this?
priorities.
I'll invite you to my thesis defense. It is public.
Sweet Jesus.
Whoa.
I like that.
That will
I'll
give you
You
an
go
probably-
visit
anxiety
him
attack
in
for you.
sunny California.
I'll
Why
come
is
to
he coming back
California.
here? We're gonna come
Yeah.
to him.
Just
Let's go to Cali.
vacation and just hang out with us. That'd be
We'll do
totally
that.
fair.
Yes.
I want to do
In
that.
San
I like it.
Francisco.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Perfect.
There you go.
All right, this is going to be a short episode, guys, this week. Shaq is off for the next 2 weeks. However, you're not going to be completely without something to listen to. Look for our Game of the Year show with the rest of the PSVG crew. We're going to be recording it this weekend, but it won't be live. It will be coming out on feeds sometime between Christmas and New Year's. For that exact date, check Discord. Bug Donnie, I'm sure he'll tell you when it's going to release. But I am very excited for you all to listen to this because last year it was such a good show, and now we
It was
have
such a
even
blast.
more people. It's going to be me, Garret, Elaine. It's going to be Donnie. It's going to be Devin. It's going to be Delvin, and I think
Oh,
is Haley
goodness.
doing it too?
Haley's
I can't.
joining
I
us,
think so. It's going to be a party.
Yeah.
It's
Maybe
a
party.
party. It's going to be so many. We're going to go over all of our favorite games from this year. We're going to talk about all the best things in 2021. There will probably be some arguing about who played the best games and what console had the best year. So look forward to that. I
Absolutely.
also just want to do a quick personal pitch that if you're listening to this before Sunday, I am doing a trivia stream on my Twitch channel. And it's going to be a big
Nice.
party. We're going to do description of a game, and then you have to guess what game it is, and everybody's invited. So twitch.tv/ForestMinish. Follow me on Twitch and come participate Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
There you
Whoop.
go. Last thing I want to mention about the Fantasy Critic League. I know I've been mentioning this for the past couple of weeks to join the Patreon. $1 for January. Apparently that's not a thing anymore. We're
Yeah,
dropping
don't do
the
that
Patreon.
anymore.
don't go to the Patreon. What we're gonna have a shout out on Discord. Just in general, everyone's like, hey, if you wanna join this Fantasy Critic League, let me know. I already had plenty of people asking me on Twitter, on Discord. Don't worry, you guys are gonna be in it. You've reached out to me. I am still thinking about it. The draft for 2022 is out. The guy made it this past week. I'm imagining doing a draft for all of us the first or second week of January, somewhere around there. Make sure you pick your list of games. I think it's around 6 or 7 games that we initially picked for the year. And you're going to need some alternatives because people are going to snap up those highly rated or most anticipated games. Elden Ring is going to be gone. Horizon's gonna be gone. God of War is gonna be gone. Let me tell you.
Especially if we have a lot of people.
Yeah,
true.
if we had
Yep.
like, let's say 15 to 20 people, like, or even like doubled than last year, we're gonna be power hungry. We're gonna we're gonna have to really think about new and interesting games that are gonna come out this following year. So
Cool.
please be excited for that. Again,
Yeah.
I'll shout it out on Discord on when we're gonna do it. So there you go.
Sounds good. I'm very excited. So yes, look forward to all of those things, and we wish everybody safe holidays, whatever you celebrate, safe holidays, safe New Year's.
Mhm.
And we'll be around Discord. I know I will be. So
Yep.
chat us up
Same.
with what you're up to and what you're doing, and we will see you in 2022. Good night, Koopalings.
Bye
Bye.